Okay, ghost update. We are almost ready to do the makeover on this, but I've been working on this exhaust down here, as you can see. We got this, we had this chopped up 90 in here before, or sharp 90, whatever you want to call it. This monstrosity was in here before. Now we have a nice smooth 45 tacked in there. Then we had that gobbledygook over here mess. This isn't much better, but it's better. The cat's gone. Back to that. That is a mess. I don't even know. It is what it is right there. I mean, unless I come back to here and get another 45, I don't have another 45 here to put in this section. So I'm kind of stuck with that mess there. That's not great at all. Nope, not great. But it's still a lot better than it was. Quite a bit smoother transitions. I know somebody's gonna say or think to themselves, you should just buy an exhaust system. Well, this car is only worth so much money. And with Edelbrock headers, I don't see anywhere where I can buy an Edelbrock Y-pipe for it. And even if I could, it'd probably be $300, and I'm not doing that. So we're gonna fix the mess we have, polish the turd, as if you will, try to get this back in here. I was originally going to put a cherry bomb here and then delete the muffler back here to see what that would sound like. But honestly, I'm running out of summer and I want to drive this thing. So we're going to get it back together for now so we have a full exhaust system on the car, and then we're going to give it the makeover so we can drive it. That should help. Getting the old empty cat out of there and smoothing all that out should help the sound a little bit. Definitely going to help the flow. We'll see. I guess we'll see what it sounds like. But I'm more working towards, getting these new wheels on and, giving it some more character, getting out on the road and enjoying this thing. It's been nice out. I'm kind of wishing I hadn't cut the exhaust out of it so I could drive it with the T-tops. So we'll get it back together here so we can get some seat time in this bad boy. I got to go grab some donut gaskets for these header flanges. I want to take a minute to talk about W Energy. I'm one of those guys that was hooked on those, cans of energy drink from the gas station. Those things are like $3 to $4. Pretty expensive, just not good. So I was looking for something else, and I don't like coffee. So W Energy is what I found. Now, before I could tell you guys about this, I had to try it. So I got some of this Oda's Restore Potion. This stuff is really good. And this little tub equates to about 30 drinks at just over $1 a drink. So significantly cheaper than stopping at the gas station. Now, of course, you got to mix it with water, which adds hydration to it. It's not just some chemical mix-up in a can. It's water. With a little bit of powder, you shake it up. So on top of the Oda's Restore, I picked up a sample pack. The sample pack came with Dragonade, which was good. It came with the Push and Punch, also delicious, and the Big Energy Tears, which is also great. The nice thing about this is it's not super tart or super sweet like a regular energy drink. It's you mixing it with water. It's the flavor's really good. It has great flavor, and it's about 150 milligrams of caffeine, so that's nice. The sample pack comes with 3 flavors, and then you pick your shaker. So if you wanted to try it before going ahead and buying a whole tub, that's an option. I think it was like $14 or something like that for the shaker and the sample pack that you can try. We need that hydration and focus and energy before we hit the racetrack. And this is a good option. So if you'd like to try this, go over to wenergy.com. And when you get to checkout, put Brad46 in the coupon code for a 10% discount. That's Brad46 in the coupon code for a 10% discount. Enjoy the episode. I pretty much got the exhaust all welded up at this point. It sounds about the same as it did before, but let's get on with this makeover, all right? So these ground effects were definitely spray painted at some point in time, and it's showing its age, starting to fade. It's pretty faded, pretty discolored, and then there's some age here where it's actually through the black, and you can see some of the yellow underneath. So I washed the car real good. Everything's clean. I'm going to go ahead and tape off all the silver so that we can respray these ground effects a nice gloss black before we move on to the next step. That's what I'm doing. Let's get something done. So I just finished taping off the silver on here so we can paint these ground effects. Wiped it all down with Prep All. after taping this off, I can tell you 100% for certain someone spray painted these a long time ago, because I found the overspray in little areas that telltale signs. Excuse me, telltale signs that someone spray painted these before us, which I was pretty sure was the case. I found a run on the other side, and just the way they're faded from the sun and whatnot, seemed pretty obvious to me that someone spray painted these at one point in time. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're just going to freshen it up with a new coat of spray paint, new fresh coat of Rust-Oleum. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to open the door. I'm going to turn the fan on over here and hopefully blow the overspray out the door so I don't get any on the silver, because I don't really want to tape off any more than this. So wish me luck. If we get a little bit of overspray, the prep ball will take it off. Probably. Or I could just buff it, I guess. Whatever. Let's do it.
Hit that bass line nice and slow. Ooh, yeah. Talk box singing, let the rhythm flow. Palm tree swaying, do you feel that?
Shiny. Looks better, right? Of course, I overdid it, and we got some runs. A little bit of runnage right here. Of course, look at that. That's a good one. Yeah, I overdid it. Got runs on that one, too. Dang it. Overzealous. What are you going to do? But there. That's done. Nice and shiny. Now I got to find the pinstriping that I bought, and we got to get the wheels mounted up. It's going to look good when we're done. Here, I'll show you a picture of the gray Ghost, Buddy Baker's gray Ghost, the NASCAR that this reminds me of for some reason, this black and silver. It just reminded me of that car, and we're going to kind of, that's kind of the vibe we're going for, the Ghost, So here, I'll show you a picture of that right now. So when I was looking for these pictures, it reminded me of an old road course Firebird called the Silverbird that I had seen once before. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe that's what they were going for when they painted the ground effects in the first place. I did find a few pictures of the Silverbird. I guess basically what we're going to do is a mixture of both. So a mixture of the Gray Ghost and the Silverbird. It's a pretty wild road course car. I believe it's a 78, but pretty cool. I mean, you get what I'm seeing here. I think maybe that's what they were thinking when they painted the ground effects, but either way, pretty cool, right?
Light up the night. Hit that bass line nice and slow. Ooh, yeah. Talk box singing, let the rhythm flow. Palm tree swaying, do you feel that breeze? Rolling down the boulevard, feeling at ease. Cruising, grooving on that West Coast ride. Barbecue flames and the ocean.
If you're looking at me right now thinking, what happened to him? Monday. I just got home from work. Monday happened. It was a long day. Anyways, the Trans Am is done. At least the makeover is done. After watching the footage of me backing out of the garage, the exhaust actually sounds really good. It's definitely louder than it was before we made the modifications to the exhaust system. So I'm okay with that. Sounds good. I think it looks pretty good. It's super 80s, I know. Like very, very 80s. But I mean, it's an 84 Trans Am, so that makes sense, right? As far as the Trans Am is concerned, I got some seat covers from Advanced Auto Parts we're going to throw on because I haven't had any luck finding a decent set of seats to replace these, and they're pretty bad. They're pretty sun damaged. Other than that, I want to tune it a little bit. I I think the timing needs a light tweak, and then I think the carb needs a little bit of adjustment. It runs really rich. You can see a little bit of smoke blowing out when I was revving it up, backing out of the garage. But that's about all I plan on doing to this car at this point. We got a lot of other projects going on. Promos under that cover back there. We got to get that back in the garage and get that finished. I've been waiting on some stuff, but we're close. That's when the next couple weeks I want that to be done. Hopefully everything lines up and we can get that thing out and work the bugs out of it, and maybe, just maybe, we can get a couple guest drivers in before the end of the year. I'm hoping. That's the plan. Violet, she's red, white, and blue now. She's not purple anymore, but Violet, my race car, we are going to Freedom Motorsports Park Friday. That's the plan. It's the redo from the rain out earlier in the season where I had to pull Donnie out with my truck. So that's the plan for Friday. We're going Freedom to run that race. This thing's good. We drove it yesterday around quite a bit, actually. So this thing's good for now, other than a slight tune and putting seat covers on it. And I don't know. If someone had enough money, I would sell it. But we're going to kind of drive it for a little while anyway. I'll think about maybe selling it. I don't know. It is pretty fun. It is a pretty fun car. We had the T-tops off yesterday. It was a good time. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. And we'll catch you next time.